We are just steps away from where that explosion took place yesterday, killing one person and injuring 4 others. The scene still very active tonight. You can see investigators still along the street looking around for evidence. The FBI telling us the bombing is now the largest in Southern California history. Unfortunately, they are going to have to wait a little bit longer. I'm here along Sunset Boulevard in the Pacific Palisades, and you can see the debris right behind me. This is exactly why people are not able to come in here just yet. It's just too dangerous. There's too many hazards. You can already see the impacts that this fire is having on the local community here. Just a blanket of smoke has moved in within the last couple of hours. This area was completely roped off, only accessible to first responders, the FBI, the fire department, and the police department. But as you mentioned, Police Chief Andy Mills did give me an exclusive tour this morning. Take a look. We're seeing the first look at some of the shrapnel, concrete, rebar, insulation that is just stacked up on the floor. To put it into perspective, where we're standing right now, that ridge is about 2 miles away, maybe a little bit less than 2 miles away. So a dangerous fire, a rapidly growing fire, and a fire that's likely going to continue to grow over the next several days. We're going to continue to keep an eye on it. By the way, we do have evacuation orders, warnings, as well as shelters that you can go to if you need to up on our website. Along PCH, you can probably hear one of the fire engines is driving by us right now, but if you take a look over my shoulder here, everything is completely gone. This area was just absolutely wiped out. I mean, this used to be buildings, homes. Standing here, you couldn't see the water because these buildings were in the way, but now you can see all the way along the coastline. The whole side of the building, dilapidated, collapsed. Debris has just been strewn all across the parking lot. I want to show you something too. Take a look at this over here. That right there is the front of the car. This is the front lobby. This is the entrance to the front lobby. If you come in here, you can see the entire floor is just absolutely caked in mud. I've learned as of this morning that they are not going to be getting entrance into this area anytime soon, and that's because of the dangers that are posed with the disaster zone. I mean, you can look over my shoulder and see there's just metal hanging off of this building. There's a ton of debris everywhere, and this is supposed to be a sidewalk. I mean, imagine walking your family down this sidewalk. It's just not going to happen safely. The Denny's that was right across the street, all of its main windows were blown out. This is the front door. You can see workers just showed up, and they're now starting to pick up the glass and the pieces that were all blasted out from the explosion. I've been here throughout the afternoon. They were not wanting to interview with us today, but they do say they're going to be working all throughout the night to try to get this business back open for tomorrow morning. We're along Indian Canyon Drive. This is where American Reproductive Centers used to be. Of course, the hopes and dreams for a lot of people wanting to start a family inside those 4 walls. But take a look at this. Simply across the street, literally a stone's throw away from that clinic, is going to be the new home of American Reproductive's clinic. I just mapped it from our news station in Thousand Palms to my exact location. This should be about a 17-minute drive. Right now it's 48 minutes. Do you see that yellow tape over there? That is the evacuation zone. If you live in that side, you can't have access to your own home, even though it wasn't affected by the fire. And right across the street, to the very left here, you can live right here, right now. So people are sort of frustrated. They don't understand why they can't get into certain areas while other people across the street can have full access to their home. But again, they have to have this area clear so that these search and rescue teams can do their job fully and find all of these loved ones who may be missing and possibly presumed dead. And this is where they are sending, for the very first time, EPA crews. Governor Gavin Newsom announcing that. They also talked about it during a press conference in Los Angeles this morning, and their job is to put boots on the ground to officially start the cleanup for hazardous waste. Again, a lot of people just coming back to scenes like this, just absolute destruction. This was once a lemon tree. You can see some of the lemons survived. Most of the tree did not. The rest of this driveway, you can see people maybe hoping that their car survived. This might have been a Tesla, it looks like, but it's just completely melted. This is a staging area. A ton of different people from the utility company communities, different firefighters from all over the country. We just ran into that force of firefighters that came up from Mexico. So very busy area, a lot of vehicles coming in and out. I'm here in downtown Altadena along Lake Avenue. This is really the busiest street in this area. And as you can see right behind me, this was one of the burger restaurants here that burned. I will say the air quality here definitely a little bit better than it was a couple of days ago. You do smell some smoke in the air. That is a metal beam, probably a couple hundred, maybe even 1,000 pounds, sitting on top of a piece of burnt wood. I mean, imagine if you're walking under that and it just collapsed. It's just too dangerous for people to return, not to mention some of this toxic air. We've been very lucky to not have very much winds today, but when it was windy, we did have to put our masks on. So again, a ton of reasons as to why they're not letting people in. We know a lot of evacuees in the Coachella Valley and all over the county are very upset to hear this, but understand people are working very hard to get this cleaned up as quickly as possible so that you can come back home as soon as possible. And we are, of course, going to continue tracking that from the ground. I want to leave you with something really special. Take a look at this sign that went up. It says, "Altadena strong, we will rebuild." Just a message of hope for the first responders, for everyone here on the ground, and for the residents. I am live along Sunset Boulevard inside the Pacific Palisades Village here, and the destruction is widespread, catastrophic in this neighborhood particularly. The wildfires just wiped out everything in their path. It is eerily quiet out here. There's not a lot of people. Obviously, this is an evacuation area. The only people here are firefighters, first responders. We do see some service folks here with Spectrum kind of surveying the area, but I mean, look at this house right here. There's just absolutely nothing left standing.
Just incredible. It's amazing that only one person was killed.
I know, and quite literally, Chief Mills was telling me, that's one of the questions I asked him, if this was the best case scenario, and he said it absolutely was. Obviously still a tragic incident, but best case scenario, because if this was a Monday or a weekday when the clinic was actually busy, there could have been a lot more deaths. So again, we'll hear more from Chief Mills coming up at 5.